Hello everyone, welcome to Cybrosys Technologies. In today's video, we'll be discussing about the expected features of Odoo 20. And the first feature that we're going to discuss about is a recompute expected arrival when deadline is in the past. So to manage with this, let's dive into the purchase module, and you can see that when you have not been able to confirm your purchase orders before the order deadline, you can recalculate the new expected arrival date for your product with a single click. So here I would like to consider a purchase order which is 8 days ago, and here you can see that as it has a past order deadline, it will be indicated in red color. Now upon clicking on here, you can see that this would allow us to reset today's date to compute expected arrival based on the lead time and previous information from the RFQ. So upon clicking on here, you can see that the arrival confirmation is 1 days before, and you can see that it was on May 18 as the order deadline, and expected arrival is May 15. Now upon clicking on here, you can see that today's date will be calculated, and today's date is May 26, and the expected arrival will be May 29. And you can see that you can see the date is just passed, and you can simply click on here, and let's see, yeah, it's 26 and 27, not May 29. And upon looking out to the previous information as well as the lead time over here under the product, you can see that you will be able to calculate this. So currently it's been taken from the winter wood corner, and the lead time is given as 1, so that it will be just calculated and set it as the expected arrival as 27, and you can see that the order deadline is 26. So this is one of the expected feature of Odoo 20. Now you can just manage with the other expected features. So to manage with it, you can say that we can set the product unit cost versus the purchase unit cost. So to manage with this, first ensure that you have enabled the units of measurement, and under that you can consider different units of measurement. I'll be considering different units of measurement such as dozen as well as the unit. So under dozen, we will be having 12 units over here, and one unit you just need to consider the reference unit. So unit name is been given over here, and now we need to create a product. So let's say I would like to create a product which is pencil. So in case of pencil, we know a pencil will be having a box of pencil will be having 12 quantity, right? So let's save this, and here I just want to calculate or track this based on the ordered quantity. Tracking on by quantity. Now before that, I would like to create a units of measurement, a box. Let's say a box that will be having 12 quantity or 10 quantity. Now let me set it, and afterwards what I'll be doing is that here we just need to set the reference unit. So here I'll be setting as units over here, and so that we can say that a box will contain 12 quantity or 12 unit in it. And later on we need to set up the vendor price list. So under the vendor price list, let me set the vendor as a Gemini furniture, or if you just want to set a new vendor over here, you can simply set the new vendor. So let's say I'd like to create a vendor called Jerry over here, and here I would like to set the vendor product over here as camel, and let's say the vendor product code is 00P, and afterwards you can choose the product. So here you can see that pen is the product, and here we can say that it will be calculated in box. So I'll be setting it as box over here. Okay, so one quantity of box. So the quantity to purchase from this vendor to benefit from the unit price. Okay, so if a vendor unit price is set, the quantity should be specified in units, otherwise it should be specified in default unit of the product. So here you can see that one box will be having 12 quantity of pencil, pen, not pencil. So let me save the changes that we have made over here, and you can set the unit price of this. So here we know that each of the pen each of the pen cost $5. So it will be total cost of 60. So one box will be costing $60 over here. Now let me move on to the products over here, and let's consider the product, which is pen. And you can just get into the product pen over here, and you can set the cost of the product. So value of the product automatically calculated in average costing method, and that is used to calculate the product when the purchase cost is not known, and you can use to compute the margin over here. So we can say that 5 is the cost per unit. Okay. And here we can say that the sales price will be 10 per unit. So I'll be setting it over here, and let me save the changes that we have made. Now let's move on to the orders, and here you don't need to apply any taxes. So if you don't need to apply taxes, you can simply remove it, and let's move on to the orders in order to manage with it. So we can move on to the request for quotation, and let me create a new request for quotation by choosing the vendor. So we know the vendor is Jerry, and we can just move on to the product catalog. So upon moving on to the catalog, you can see that currently the cost has been given as 60, and for each of the unit it will be 5. Okay, so for box it will be showing over here as 60, and for each of the unit it will be a 5 unit, which will be updated over here. So that is the purchase cost versus unit cost. So so if we are just purchasing the item, it will be 60, and the product unit cost will be 5. Okay, now you can just go ahead with purchasing of the item, so which is the pen. So here you can see that you can directly choose the item from here. Let me add it, and here you can see one box. So I'll be adding one box, and as we just add the one box, you can see that it will be having the cost as 60 over here. Okay, now here if you just want to change the unit from here to the other unit, you can simply set that unit. So if I'm setting it as 1 unit, you can see that the price will be automatically changing over here. So you can see the product cost is 5, and the purchase cost will be 60. For 1 unit it will be 5, and for 12 quantity, you can see that the price will be changing over here. The unit price is 5, or you can simply change it as one box over here. Okay, so you can see the price has been changing, and it is very easy to calculate or see the price from the catalog, which is the purchase cost as well as the unit cost. So these are some of the expected features of Odoo 20. So that's all for today. If you find this video informative, please do like, share and subscribe our channel. If you want Odoo customization, Odoo implementation and Odoo tutorial videos, feel free to contact Cybrosys, and thank you for watching the video.